This is an Off the Tongue podcast.
Hey everybody, Doug.
Greg.
And this is Mike.
And we are the It's Funny That Makes It Okay podcast, part of the Off the Tongue podcast network. And who else might be on the Off the Tongue podcast network, you might ask? Well, you got the Greener Grass podcast. We got Teach a Dummy, Skate Ohio, the original Copycats, and Pint Pals podcast. So make sure to check all them out and give us a listen as well. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the show. We have another big show for you coming into Halloween. Ooh. Not quite. We're not going to do a full-blown Halloween episode. I do have a Halloween Would You Rather segment. I think Greg and I have something kind of up front.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then Mike's got some animal stories, which I love animal stories. And then we're going to talk fashion. I just did that in the shape of a Z because I'm sassy. So we're going to talk fashion, fashion faux pas, fashion past, things that we would like to bring back, or maybe even things we'd like to see
we
go
are
away.
The epitome of fashion.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know how many women have commented, like, when are you guys going to start talking fashion so we know what to wear this fall? And
what
holiday
are these
season.
funny guys saying?
Oh, my gosh. All right, so I'm going to jump right in. I have one thing right up the top. I was at a customer's today. We've talked about stupid laws before, a lot, different times.
Yes.
And I am not a fan of big government oversight and all this other, whatever. But if I could bring a law in, I would outlaw this immediately. I went and used the restroom. They have, I wouldn't even call it single ply toilet paper. I don't know what it is. I literally could see through it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
What do they think? Oh, we're going to save money. You're not going to save money when I have to use an entire freaking roll of toilet paper to go to the bathroom. It's terrible. I was so infuriated with it. You got to be very careful because it will rip in pieces if you're just pulling it barely. You're barely touching it. You're like, oh my gosh. It's awful.
You try to pull it out, and
well,
it's
can't.
You get like a sheet, and then half a sheet, and
like I said, you got to roll out half a roll of toilet paper just to have some paper there.
And let's be honest, the rolling out of the toilet paper is not the worst part. The wipe is not a good wipe.
No.
I'm just going to come out and say it.
It's a bad wipe.
No one wants that wipe.
No.
And
that's why you're using the entire roll of toilet paper. And that's
the only way you stand a chance.
That is. I'm just going to pull it off off of the roll itself and just use the whole thing. There. See if that flushes down the toilet. Good luck. And we're in the Halloween season. If you're a ne'er-do-well teenager, how are you supposed to TP anybody's house with that? There's no way. You would take it out of the package and go to throw it and just poof, just dust. Like, What is this? Did you get TP'd? Well, we got dusted, I guess. I don't know what it is.
It snowed.
White dust all over our tree and our grass. I just took my leaf blower and blew it away. I don't know what it was. Not a huge deal, but yeah, I don't know. So
terrible.
That is my gripe.
Oh, I'm voting to pass that law. I second that motion.
And anybody that puts that in their stalls, I think it's a mandatory 5 years prison. Boom. You're going
5 year, boy.
You know what? Don't use it. It's easy to stay out of prison.
And in prison, they get only that toilet paper.
Yes, that is the punishment. Yeah, and we feed you nothing but tacos and corn on the cob.
Chili.
Good luck. Good luck with that. Enjoy your 5 years.
I think when we do these Would You Rathers and everybody balks at my prices that I set for myself, Doug's sentencing is kind of the equivalent of my high prices.
I'm all in. Like I said, I'm not for a bunch of laws, but when I find one, it's like, okay, we're going in hard. I have very little leniency.
I thought you were going to say Doug was going to product test that.
No.
No.
I have.
Nobody wants to see that.
Unfortunately, I think that's where this rant came from.
That actually jogged my memory. I do have something. This is from a few episodes back.
Oh.
We had a comment on a product about the rechargeable breast. It's what it said. And friends of ours over in Ohio, the Greener Grass podcast, one of the fine young ladies over there, they said they did a little deep dive into this product, and it is rechargeable breast. It's for breast enhancement, and it does like massage and it's supposed to, supposedly, you know, it increases the bust size. She thought
Via
that
USB
maybe
or what?
we could talk Mike into doing a product.
Hold on a second.
I told Greg, I said, it may take 3 or 4 shower beers, but I think we can get him into one of them.
I am the huskiest guy on the show, so I see
mean,
where that
I
came
think I'm
from.
a solid B cup. I'm trying to get that down. But I said Mike may come back with a positive review. We all may be wearing it. It may be very refreshing.
We'll have to tune into the Only Mics to find out.
Yeah, we can't put that on public podcast.
No. So yeah, thank you for commenting. Thank you for doing a little researching. I did not want to click and go start looking around. My search history is already awful with all the other stuff that we do on this podcast. It's like, look, I got to draw the line somewhere.
Did you figure out what the USB port was for? Did you figure that out?
I think it's charging because it's massaging. So I don't know if there's paddles. I don't know what's in there. I don't know if they're little robotic AI hands. I don't know what is happening. We didn't. Well, when we do the product testing,
I'll let
find
you know.
out.
I'll let you know.
We'll get Mike the Bluetooth model.
I was gonna say you can hook it into a laptop or something, or a speaker.
I
Or,
guess.
Maybe you can sync it to music.
Yeah.
You throw on your Led Zeppelin and
Boom, boom, boom.
just go to town. I don't know.
do. Oh my goodness!
Is Mike listening to Led Zeppelin? No, he's using his rechargeable breast.
Yeah, I'll be providing those vocals.
Yes. So anyway, that was it. Sorry, I got sidetracked there a little bit.
All right, you done?
I'm out.
All right. Well, mine is, okay, so Lori and I took our 2 older grandkids to the Peoria Symphony Pops Orchestra presents The Magic of Halloween. So that was the sign for it. I'm showing them a picture.
Oh, yeah, it's got some jack-o'-lanterns and
it says The Magic of Halloween. It's got pumpkin jack-o'-lanterns.
Nice.
So if you went to this concert, what music do you think you would hear?
Halloween-related music in
kids'
theory,
Halloween songs,
I would
yeah.
guess.
Like
I'm trying to think of
what's
Like little purple people eater, or like
People Eater. This is Halloween.
Yeah,
Sure.
or the skeleton bone music they'd play on the Disney. Like,
My Friend, the Witch Doctor.
xylophone. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, so they come out, and the first song they played was it was good. It was a mashup of Ghostbusters and what's the Boris Pickett
Monster
song?
Mash?
Monster Mash. It was a medley.
Okay.
Those two. And I thought, okay,
so far
we're
so good.
starting right down the right path. And the next song, they said, we're going to bring out a guest to sing. And it's going to be a Disney character. And I'm thinking, Halloween Disney, who would it be? Well, I can't think of any.
Well, they had the haunted house and stuff.
Yeah, I thought, okay, maybe, the ghost from the haunted house. I don't know. But they bring out this gal, and she's dressed like Elsa or one of the ice princesses, and she sings Let It Snow.
That doesn't seem very Halloween-y.
It wasn't, and they did a number of songs that were not Halloween related. And then it's like,
all right, everybody says this next one's a sing-along. Jingle bell.
Yeah.
You're like, what? Listen, can we get through Halloween before we throw Christmas in here?
it's like these are not Halloween. This is a Halloween concert. And then it's like, Lori had read online, it was going to be 6:30 to 8:30. I'm like, well, that's a long time. That's a long show. 20 minutes in, we're taking a break now. And they all leave. And it's like, what is going on here? 20 minutes. They all 10, 15-minute break, come back, played like 4 more songs, said, we're done.
Oh my goodness.
It was like an hour total, including the break. Now, with that all said, it was good. We enjoyed it. The kids had a good time. So I'm not ripping on it. They did a good job. But
maybe the song playlist was all Halloween. They get it out there. Now they're like, I don't know. I can't play this. I can't. Well, what can you play? You can play Let It Snow.
Yeah.
I know Jingle Bells. We'll have to work it in somehow.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
Can we at least work on the one? We'll get the first song Halloween. Great. Okay. And then we'll play what you guys know.
Well, they did Moana.
The Star Spangled Banner, some John Sousa. It's like, what? What is happening?
They did do a Harry Potter song. Would you consider that Halloween?
I wouldn't
gives
know
off-
it was a Harry Potter song.
It kind of gives
unless they
off
told
Halloween.
me.
Is it like the theme?
No, it
the
wasn't.
twinkling theme.
It was
or-
like, yeah, I didn't recognize
It was the love song from there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because if it's a theme, I can kind of see that being like a Halloween.
Yeah, and they could have done Frankenstein. Ba-dun-dun-dun, ba-dun-dun-dun.
Did they say it was going to be any Disney involvement at all in there?
They didn't announce that up front. It just was
See,
like,
I feel like that's a different experience. Like, do we get something mixed?
I don't know.
or-
I was expecting Halloween music, so I was a little disappointed.
Little
in
false
that,
advertising
because I
there,
like
I feel like.
some of the Halloween music, but the kids had a good time. It was all good, so you know. So then my other gripe, completely separate, not related at
and
all.
then afterwards, they went Halloween caroling. Full of Halloween cheer.
That's what we're going to do now for Halloween.
Yeah.
Take them Halloween caroling.
Oh
They're
my
all screwed
gosh.
up anyway, so we're just. We'll get candy from the doors at Christmas when we go Christmas
Yeah.
caroling.
Yeah.
So, anyways, next thing was I was craving a chai tea, so I stopped at Starbucks in Pekin. And
Ooh, fancy.
yeah, so I pulled up there, and as usual, they had a long line at the drive-through. Because it's always busy there, the drive-through. So I go around the line, pull into the parking lot, and go inside. And the clerk was there, and I said, "Yeah, I'd like a venti iced chai with vanilla." And she's like, "Okay, well," and she is like acting all confused, and she goes, "Well, okay, I can get that for you, but it's going to be like 20 or 30 minutes." And I'm like, "Really?" I said, "It's going to be that long for a chai?" She goes, and she said, what'd she say? She said, and I quote, "It's in a line or something."
It's already in a line. What line is your tea in?
I think what I gathered from it is I would have to wait till all those cars in the drive-through got through before they would make mine.
Even though you went in.
Even though I went in, got out of my car, walked in, and it's going to be 20, 30 minutes wait. To chai.
I feel like if I go in,
two
that should be a
things
different
together.
line. You should wait on the people inside too, as
You
well.
would think.
I'm tired of people going in being second-class citizens.
We are. That's exactly what I thought when I left. And I didn't get it.
I'm going to protest. Where are our rights? People of the counter, unite.
Because you take the time to pull in, get out of your car, walk in, and now all the drive-through people, and I saw all the mobile order people walking in, grabbing theirs off the counters, and
I'll start putting down, I'm a POC. They're like, a what? That's a people of the counter. I'm a people of the counter.
Make T-shirts, people of the counter.
You should have tried to just put yours in as a mobile order and see if it.
It would have wound
came
up
out
at
faster.
McDonald's.
That's true.
So did you just walk out?
I did.
Oh,
I said, I'm not waiting that long.
Don't eat it that bad.
20, 30 minutes, not doing it. And it's not that, I'm okay to wait a little bit, because most of the coffee places are not super fast.
You started
typically.
screaming, "You know who I am? I'm on a famous podcast." Oh, we're talking about you on the podcast now. You're on my short list.
We've brought down McDonald's.
Walmart, Amazon, Disney. We've taken on all the big ones.
All the big ones. So anyways, that was just another gripe. So all I got.
All right. Mike, did you have anything else, or I'm going to move on? All right. So Halloween is coming up in a couple weeks.
This is Halloween. That's what they should have played.
So I'm not a fan of that song.
I like it.
I don't care for it. But that's me. Anyway, don't want to get us off track. So I found some Would You Rathers that are all Halloween related. So let's dive into these. And, all right, the first one I've got. Would you rather eat a handful of worms or a handful of snake eyeballs? What? Yep. So there's our first one. You've got to reach in and grab a handful of worms, or they got a handful of snake eyeballs. I can go first because I already know where I'm going.
Go.
I'm doing snake eyeballs because The worms are alive and wiggling around. At least the eyeballs I could probably just swallow down and I don't think about it. The worms are going to feel wiggling around. I can't do it. I cannot do something wiggling around in my mouth. I know
There's not.
I don't want
a good-
anything
a
moving
good-
around in my mouth. I just don't want it to happen. I can't
don't think-
do that.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
I'm going to do the same thing, actually.
Are you?
I've seen the worms attempted on Fear Factor, and it grosses me out. So, and the snake eyeballs are going to be nasty, but
I would probably, I would throw up, but
I feel like when you bite into it, the squish, they're both going to squish, but the snake eyeballs are going to squish a little bit easier than
Do you
the
think
worms.
snake eyeballs are small enough that you could swallow them without biting?
You could probably try that. You could probably try that with the worms.
I swallow
but
large vitamin pills and fish oil pills, so I'm sure that the snake eyeball isn't any bigger than that. I will swallow them down.
I might want to mush those up as best I can before I ingest them.
Oh, I can't chew on them. They
No, you can't chew.
They gotta go. They just gotta slide down. I can't be chomping on any snake eyeballs.
I can't do the worms either.
I can't. Simply for the fact they're moving around. I think it would just be too difficult for me.
I wanted to
They
split
put me
the
off
row.
less. I'm sorry. They put me off less than the snake eyeballs, but the fact that they're moving is what is the thing that throws me off.
And initially, I was thinking worms, but you guys kind of sold me on the live part. And I do think I could swallow eyeballs without biting.
Yeah. I would vomit. I mean, it would make me sick. I would throw up. It would be disgusting.
I feel like we're going to gain some power or something by eating the snake eyeballs.
I'm a slippery snake.
Because most of the time,
I'm a
snake
snake.
eyeballs are kind of
just a
small.
snake. I'm a slippery little snake.
Our eyes are going to go slanty. You know.
Yeah, you get the little, yeah.
Yeah.
You turn into it, but it's just a little garter snake. It's like this is a crappy power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing out of it.
Well, I didn't know if that would do it or not because I thought,
I wanted to go worms, but the more I thought about it, it's like,
yeah.
they're moving. If they weren't moving, if they were dead, maybe.
Okay. Number 2. Would you rather get turned into a vampire or a werewolf? So, do you have any thoughts on that? Or I can go first again, because I already know what I'm going to do with this one too. There's negative. Of course, there's always negative.
Well, yeah,
I can go
it's
first.
negative to both.
I can go first this time here. I'm going to take the werewolf.
Are you?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'd be a lot cooler as a werewolf than I would be as a vampire. And plus, I like garlic. I'm going to be able to eat garlic. And I don't want to live in a box. I don't want to live in a box and away from the sun for the rest of my life either. In some dank.
You might get
dusty-
put in a kennel.
There's worse things, I guess. I don't know. I just, with the werewolf, I'll have to watch out at night, but vampire, I mean.
You could get fleas.
I could get fleas. But I feel like I'd be some big, tough, menacing, like werewolf.
And hopefully somebody doesn't, trank you and take you and get you neutered.
Yeah, that's true. But I'd be
That would be bad.
As a vampire, yeah, that's true. As a vampire, I'd be very suspicious of the fence guy. I'd be like, that guy's got wood stakes.
Anybody with a wooden plank of any kind, you're
Yeah.
like, ooh, hey.
Gotta watch them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go werewolf because I think I get more freedom. Although
What
flying
kills
would be
off
cool.
a werewolf?
The full moon, isn't it?
Wolfsbane.
Or wait, what?
What kills a werewolf?
Oh, a silver bullet.
Silver
I think
bullet.
is.
Doesn't Wolfsbane do it too?
Maybe,
There's
yeah.
something, yeah, but silver of any
Silver,
kind. They don't
yeah.
like silver. So you'd have to, you would be able to wear all your silver jewelry and stuff.
No, that would
chains.
be tough. That would be tough. But I'm gonna stick with werewolf.
Now, cleaning your shower might be a disaster. All that hair down in there. You have to root of that thing once a month.
I'm gonna have to get a new wardrobe frequently too.
Yes.
All those clothes.
Yeah, rip it off.
I'm going Dracula or vampire. I think, like you said, I think vampires are cool. I've always thought they were. Kind of got a Batman vibe going on. Kind of the sneaking around at night.
I am Batman.
Yeah.
Well, you get to fly.
You
so
do
that
get to
is
fly.
kind of cool.
You fly.
And you can hypnotize people to do what you
transition
want.
back and forth from bat to, human.
You get to fly. You get to hypnotize people.
And I was
Do what
thinking you
want.
got to bite people in the neck,
Yeah.
but as a werewolf, you might be shredding somebody
Yeah.
and eating them.
But see, that's the fun part. That's what makes it
I
fun.
don't want to shred people.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
don't want to shred people.
you get to take it out on people.
A couple jabs in the neck. And
You want to suck on their neck, though?
I don't want to. See, nobody wants to.
Here's the thing
suck
about
on their
vampires too, that there's always some weird tension as a vampire. You know, it's like I don't need that. I don't need the tension.
You might be a Twilight sparkly vampire. That's even worse.
That would be bad. I don't want to sparkle.
It doesn't say what you could be Count Chocula, or you could be the sparkle one and then go up and
I
suck
want
on
to
somebody's
be
neck.
like Dracula, like the,
I'd probably be the
pretty
runt,
pale.
the runt of the werewolf. So
the what?
I'd be probably the runt of the werewolf litter.
Runt.
So
The poodle.
yeah. I'm the chihuahua of the werewolves.
So I'm going with
Now, see,
Vampire.
with Dracula though, you wouldn't know. You would look a mess a lot of times because there's no reflection. You can't look in the mirror and
no,
get
I couldn't
yourself
look in
cleaned
the
up.
mirror. Yeah, I'd
And your dental bill
I just have to
is going to
ask.
be a nightmare.
get those things filed every once in a while.
You break one off.
Yeah, get somebody with a tough neck.
Ooh, yikes.
One of those football players who's got that huge neck. Rugby guys.
Yeah, this one's tough.
Try not to cough.
Oh man. Well, I am going to say werewolf. My thought process on this is I thought vampire, you get a fly. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
That'll be cool.
But the thing with the werewolf is I just got to try to avoid being out when the moon is full. Or if I know when that's coming, I could even have it where I could hopefully maybe lock myself into a box and try to. It's horrible. But at least with a vampire, you can only go out at night. I can never go out during the daytime. You can kiss the beach goodbye. I mean, I guess you got night beach, but not quite as fun.
well, if I'm a vampire, it could be fun. I mean,
I like being tan, man. And you're no tan with the vampire. You're pretty white.
I feel like the sparkly vampires were out in the daytime.
Yeah, if you were sparkly, you would do sparkles. You'd be prancing around on the beach, sparkling for everybody to see, sucking on people's necks. This is going down a very bad path for you, if that's the one you hit.
Have you ever seen the movies how the werewolves transition from human to werewolf?
It's horrible.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's painful and bad.
Bones are cracking
they're
and
screaming
popping
and yeah.
yeah, not good.
And like Mike said, you ruin my clothes budget. I'll never get to retire because I'm just going to be in debt. Or just go around all natural. I don't know which one of them is going to. I'll have to buy, really oversized clothes all the time and just have those on.
Yeah, but as a I don't want to live in a box. Like, I don't want to live in a coffin. It's like you're going to be really stiff.
I'm just saying
getting
that's
out of the
That's a
coffin.
bed.
Yeah, see, we'd have to decide too: is this the type of werewolf where you can change at will, or the old time? I like the
I think the
old timey
old time.
where you got to
Yeah,
go.
I like
You can
the
only
old-timey.
change when the moon comes out.
Yeah.
It's like the full moon. You don't have a
And
choice.
if it goes behind the clouds, you go back, and then it comes back out. You're like, back and forth.
Well, that could be bad. You're in the middle
flip-flop.
of chomping into somebody.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You just tore apart and you switch.
Or they didn't tear him
Yeah.
apart very much, and he's a huge, strong guy, and you turn back into me, and he just pummeled me until I turn back into a werewolf. Yeah. So, all right, I took the werewolf as well.
I'm a vampire.
All right. This next one says, would you rather get kidnapped by a psychopath
Oh gosh.
or abducted by an alien or by aliens? So I guess
Either way, you're getting probed.
this is not good.
You hope that the probing is all you get.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad.
I can go first again, but great. I mean, it's your turn if you want.
Go
You
ahead.
have one?
Go ahead.
I'm going to take the aliens, actually, and here's why. I think I'm banking on the aliens at least just probing me. Like, I hope that's all I get is just a probe. Because with the psychopath, you don't know.
I feel like there's got to be other experiments besides probing.
Oh, there probably will be, but I'm hoping they're less invasive. You know what I'm saying? If my psychopath would be like Jigsaw from Saw, like that would be my psychopath. I'm gonna have to chop off my limbs or something to get out. So I'm taking the aliens. I may not ever come back, and I don't know. I'm not going there. I hope the aliens show me a little bit more respect than a psychopath would. I feel like the aliens would.
Prep the specimen for the probing.
Yes.
What
Get
if you
that breast massager too. Oh, please. They're going to experiment. They're scientists. They want to know a lot of things about you.
But I feel like they would be gentler than
right.
a psychopath.
What if you-
Put,
if you get
put down
the-
a bowl of worms and snake eyes and see which one he eats.
Oh, the snake eyes.
Sorry,
What if
Greg.
you get the alien from Alien?
Well, then it'll just be. I just hope they kill me quick.
Yeah.
because
It was pretty quick with that.
because
It was quick.
the psychopath.
Well, until it jumps out of your chest.
well,
that's a different thing. If you get the face hugger, then yeah, I would try to kill myself.
oh, the
before that
face
happened.
hugger. Yeah.
Now the actual alien, it'll just melt me with the saliva, and I hope it's quick. But the psychopath, I'm afraid I'm going to get tortured endlessly for days on end, and I'm just going to be a slow, painful death.
now with the psychopaths, you
It
might
scares
be able
me.
to escape,
You might be able to escape the aliens too.
but you're going to be on
But
a
you're gonna
UFO.
be, you're going to be like,
Where
out
are you
in
gonna
space
go?
and
I'll hijack the UFO.
hijack it, drive it back.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel with the psychopath, it's going to be a lot more painful and a lot more drug out than the aliens. So I'm banking on the aliens.
Sure, I'm sure your aliens will be very kind and gentle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be the normal.
They could be
friendly
sparkly
alien.
aliens.
They could be sparkly aliens.
Although I don't know if that's helpful or not. Now that I think about it.
Time for your probing. They turn the lights down, put on some soft music. It's like this.
What's
I
the-
almost would rather have
what's
the
all that
loud,
sparkly
sterile,
colors?
screaming one. This is more disconcerting. All right, Greg.
I'm gonna.
There's no good way.
I'm going with the psycho. Because you got
no.
it could be a very, very, like you said, a very bad, tortuous situation. Or it could be,
Yeah.
like you said, there's a slight possibility you can escape. I mean, it's a person, so you know they're within the limits of human strength. So you got at least a fighting chance to get out.
Unless your psychopath is
Well, I know, it
hidden
could
through a
be.
series of traps that and death puzzles that you'll have to solve
very
on the way
bad.
out.
It could be very bad.
or dresses up like his mother and thinks he's his mom. He's like, who knows? I mean, there's, keeps you
There's no good
locked
one.
up in
There's
the
no
basement.
good one.
Yeah. Put the lotion on. You have to put the lotion on. It's like, oh no.
Norman? Yeah, there's no good one.
No.
Because it depends. I mean, the aliens could be really bad or they could be moderately bad. The psycho may not even be a killer. He may just be loony.
He may be infatuated with you.
Well, I am a sparkly vampire.
You do. You do. You are sparkly.
See, I'd bite his neck while he's sleeping.
You like it.
Problem solved.
You would say, "Ooh." All right. I also went alien for one reason. Like I said, maybe I'll just get taken back and put into like their zoo of things and not just the human thing. Maybe. But if there is probing going on, I figure that's probably happening with the human too. At least with the alien, it's going to be sterile. There's no romantic feelings involved. This is all scientific.
Oh, they may love
Who knows
you.
what the psycho's going to do? He might say, "We're going to play a game." It's like, oh no, okay.
You wanna
Like,
play a game?
Yeah.
My psycho is going to be the human centipede guy, and it's like let's be honest. At that point, I'm begging for the alien. It's like, please abduct me.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I went alien simply for that. I don't trust people.
We trust the aliens,
I don't them, but they're aliens. I'm like, all right, well,
but I trust them.
like Mike,
can-
I'm still thinking maybe I can get away and I can fly this spaceship for you.
I can teach them our ways.
If it's a full moon, I can turn into a werewolf and destroy them.
Maybe.
All right. Well, I have one more. This one is going to be a speed round. I've got 10 things. They're real quick, and this isn't bad. This is all fun. It's Halloween candies, and they give you 10 different questions here of 2. So, ready? We'll just go quick, and we'll just go around the table. Mike, I'll let you go first, and I'll go last. Number 1, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups or Snickers?
Peanut butter cups,
Cups.
2, Skittles or M&M's?
M&Ms,
M's.
Jelly beans.
Gummy bears.
Jelly beans. 4, Sour Patch Kids or Swedish Fish.
Sour Patch.
See, I like both of these.
Sour Patch.
Sour Patch. 5, Nerds or Starburst.
This one's tough. I'll go Nerds.
Starburst.
Nerds. 6, Twizzlers or Hot Tamales.
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers. 7, Hershey's Kisses or Twix.
Tough one.
Twix.
Twix.
Twix. 8, Butterfinger or Kinder Bueno. I've never even had a Kinder Bueno. I know what it is, but I've never had it.
I haven't had it either. So,
They're kind of good, actually.
would you say Butterfingers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll take.
I'm going with Butterfingers, too, though.
I went Butterfinger. Number 9, Three Musketeers or Peanut M&Ms.
Three Musketeers.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to go peanut M&Ms.
See, I went Peanut M&Ms. I like Peanut M&Ms better than plain. And the last one, Airheads or Jolly Ranchers.
Ooh. I'll go Jolly Rancher.
Airheads.
Jolly Rancher. All right, so that was it. Last
We had some
one.
differences there.
Yeah, some differences. I thought we'd probably be the same on a majority of them, but the first one I already knew. Like, look, Reese's against anything. I don't know that I could find a candy that I would pick over Reese's. I just
No,
don't. For one, if it just had one candy, like this is it.
They are manufacturing the Kinder Buenos over in Bloomington now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're where,
Maybe we can take
what was that place?
Used to be Bach or Bikes candy.
Catherine Bite. Yeah, now it's
Nestle was it for a little bit. They made the Laffy Taffies there. with
Yeah, they do the
Nestle
Kinder
and-
Bueno and they do something else there, but that was that's added jobs to the community and things like that.
Interesting. All right. Well, that was your employment report by Greg.
Yeah. Today's employment numbers.
Yes. All right. Well, Mike, let's do some animal stories.
Yeah, I've
Animal
got some animal
stories.
stories here. This first one's kind of funny and also terrifying at the same time. The headline says, "Bomb squad called after family cat finds hand grenade during basement." Excuse me.
Oh,
all right.
you're
Sorry.
right.
During basement renovation. So I like how it opens up. It says, "They say curiosity killed the cat, but thankfully this cat's owners had the wherewithal to call the bomb squad before it got to that point." So there was a family in Dayton, Ohio, doing some basement renovations. They noticed that their cat had knocked over something and was playing with a mysterious item that suspiciously looked like a hand grenade. And then it says, in fact, it was a grenade.
Yeah, it didn't just look like a hand grenade.
So they called the police. They responded with the bomb squad coming out, and they had done like a separate safety detonation. But yeah,
Oh, the cat wasn't holding on to it with his paw in the ring.
I imagine a cat though being able to actually mess with a grenade enough to be able to pull
I
the
do
pin
too.
and
They could do it.
yeah.
I wonder. I didn't read it anywhere in the story. I looked through it, but I didn't see. Was this like a dummy grenade, or was it a live grenade that was really there? Or
So I don't know if there was any clarification.
I didn't see anything.
It is funny to me.
Well, you said they got detonated in a remote.
Yeah,
location, didn't
the
you?
story said it planned to be detonated.
Oh,
So
planned.
I don't know what the follow up was, but it is funny to me. The article points out a number of other incidences where grenades just happen to be randomly showing up at all these other
It is
places.
amazing how they just randomly appear.
It says, just to give some examples, it says, Texas homeowner finds a grenade in their wall while doing a home reno project. A Canadian woman found a live grenade while going through her deceased father's belongings.
Jeez.
Police called to evacuate thrift store after a World War II grenade was found in their donations. And it's just like, man, what is it with grenades? Is this like couch chains or something? You just
I don't know.
find a grenade laying around?
Is it like military memorabilia collectors or something that got them?
Could be.
I don't know.
My thought is, do you think this was an accident? Or see, I think the cat found the grenade, brought it home because it was going to kill the family.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
They didn't have a dog, or he would have pulled the pin on it and gave it to the dog and said, "Hey, take it to him. Take it. Go on, boy.
And
Go,
drop it.
go.
Go fetch. Go
And
fetch.
the dog would like, oh, look.
Yeah.
Hey, family, come back. Look what I got you. Boom.
Yeah.
Hey, this ball bounces funny.
Yeah. And the cat was just rubbing his little paws together.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Yeah. Or I picture the cat sitting in
Everything's
the
going
living
according to.
or I picture the cat sitting in the living room and the family's like, we're going to go on vacation and you're going to stay home. Oh, no, you're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sit down.
Yeah, so, man, the next time I do some project, I'm kind of afraid now.
Yeah, I
I'm
know,
going to find
me
a
too.
grenade just laying around.
Gotta watch
somewhere.
it.
I didn't know that was a problem until I read that article.
I didn't either.
So the next one I've got here, there was a Massachusetts mall. There was a rodeo that was popped up. According to the North Attleboro Fire Department in Massachusetts, they had a rodeo at the Emerald Square Mall on Route 1. Bulls had escaped the rodeo, and it was set up in the parking lot. So I'm not quite sure the last time I've ever been to a mall where there was a rodeo in the parking lot.
It was a pop-up rodeo.
Yeah, I guess. So the bulls ran off, escaped the parking lot. One basically galloped towards a chain link fence when one charged through it, and the rest of the pack followed. Some eyewitnesses' accounts, some guy said he was leaving the mall with his 10-year-old daughter, was stopped at a traffic light. I looked over to my right, and I saw 6 or 7 bulls or something like that, and I thought they were just walking around the parking lot with the people. Then I noticed they were getting closer, so I told my daughter, I think they're on the loose, although I still didn't really believe it because it's kind of unbelievable. They all ran across the street, dodged the cars, went to the parking lot, and they ended up going into the woods. Cops running after them. And all the people that were running the show, they ran across the street. It was
6 clowns are chasing after him.
Yeah. Well, a pop-up rodeo or a rodeo in a mall parking lot just doesn't
It's a
seem
very
like
odd-
a good
well,
idea.
doesn't seem
Pop-up
safe.
rodeo, just that. I mean, you need some planning and stuff. They show the fence on a little video here.
Yeah.
And it's just like, just sitting on concrete. Like, they just put up a fence. It's not anchored into the ground or nothing. The cows literally just knocked it over and just left.
It's like a fence that they would use at events to
Yes, to keep people
funnel
out.
to funnel people, to where they want them or don't want them to be.
When I think rodeo, I think Massachusetts, obviously.
Oh, that's first place.
And then a mall.
Yeah.
You think carnivals are a little, sketchy in the parking lot of a
But yeah,
mall.
you get
That's
those.
like a
or the little
rodeo.
circuses that pop up.
Yeah, but then you have a rodeo just in the mall parking lot.
Yeah.
I mean, did they have like chutes and stuff, and the bulls are charging out of it, and the guy, cowboy on the horse is
And is this
chasing?
an official sanctioned event? The
I don't know.
Maybe it was
PBO, Professional Bull Riders Association, PBA rather, they're ranking. Here they are. It's like, it seems like they would want that in more stable area.
Yeah. So they were captured. It says 1 bull was caught shortly after escaping. 6 others were found stuck behind a fence at a home about 3 miles away. So, I mean, those bulls over the course of like 3 hours or so. Man,
they were
3
waiting
miles
for
away.
the cat to come out and blow the fence up so
Yeah.
they could get in.
And do you get a permit for a rodeo? Is there a rodeo permit? Because you can't. You would think.
You would think.
Maybe that's why it was a pop-up. They didn't have the permit. I don't know.
Said there was a resident. He brought his kids and dogs inside when the bulls showed up. Started walking down the street. It's like, honey, bring the kids in. There's stampeding bulls.
Stampede.
Can you imagine somebody just off?
Stampede!
Somebody's just on a run, a jog down the street, and all of a sudden it becomes running of the bulls, like in Spain. It's like, oh my gosh.
That would be weird.
Yeah. So the fire department, basically, they came out with this statement that says there was one who was still on the loose, but they ended up catching him a couple days later. But rodeo workers were getting help from the Massachusetts State Police Air Wing in their search. And earlier on Monday, the police department said the last sighting of the bull was found. They had a sighting. They got him. No one was hurt in the escape, but the fire department said the rodeo was a 1-day event and is now under investigation. Boy, I would think so. So, anyway.
I'd be surprised any city would sign off on that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, let's have
so
some.
you wonder if it was,
some
like
bulls
Doug
in the-
said, illegal. You just wonder if it's like, hey, let's go in the parking lot of the mall and set up this rodeo.
And even that level is. Excuse me. There's still a lot of work to get those bulls into a parking lot. You have to have them rounded into the trailer. You have to move the trailers back and forth, set up the fences, and
And if you're riding a bull and get thrown and you're going to land on concrete.
Ooh, I hit my head on a parking block.
yeah,
The ground is hard, but I would take just ground over concrete parking lot or asphalt.
Yeah, wouldn't be good.
No, not at all.
yeah, and the clowns to run to distract the bulls. Over here, beep beep. Yeah,
Boy,
that'd
probably
be
just
weird.
got some people at the mall. Hey, would you like to make $100 dressing up as a clown.
Yeah, I wonder if your car was damaged. The bull ran into your car. That called to the insurance company. Yeah, there was a pop-up rodeo at the mall, and while I was shopping, there were some bulls that destroyed my car.
Yeah.
What's that commercial we've seen a lot? So
Oh, yeah. Been there, done that. Farmers or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, do you have the bull rider on your insurance? You know, I'm saying no. Sorry, then.
Yeah.
It doesn't cover that.
Crazy. So here's this last one I've got. Washington woman calls for help after she finds herself surrounded by 100 hungry raccoons.
I saw that picture. That was nuts.
Yeah. A woman in Washington called the authorities when she walked outside to find 100 raccoons demanding food.
demanding.
Yeah. I need food now.
We want food.
People of
They
the
could.
counter, we want food. So they're out there. I mean, there are tons of raccoons.
Yes.
I mean, it's absolutely crazy. It is like a line at the buffet, basically, at this woman's house. This is where I was waiting for it. You know how this is going to end.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The woman admitted to having started feeding the wild animals 35 years ago, but it only has been over the last 6 weeks that their numbers have swelled to such dramatic levels. And the neighbors are unhappy with the furry invaders. Boy, I'd say.
Yeah, because they're going to destroy your garbage cans, everything else.
Yeah. It's like one raccoon decided to go back and tell the guys, he's like, hey, I found the sweet spot. This lady just sets us out food. Hey, let's go. And then
She'll feed us. Come on.
But we got to
guys.
keep it on the down low. And then just one guy opens his mouth, and then all the other raccoons in the forest.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
I know a
don't
spot.
invite the bulls this time.
Yeah. Better watch out for that cat, too.
He's crazy.
So they talked to the neighbors, and one of the neighbors said that their dogs have gotten into scuffles several times with the raccoons. And I love the scuffle, too. Like the dog is like, come here, we're going to scuffle. I got some problems with you.
100 raccoons, though.
That could be feisty. And raccoons, they get bigger than people think.
It
Oh,
could
they
be-
do.
it could be bad.
And they have teeth.
Yeah.
And claws.
Claws.
Very
Yeah.
sharp claws.
And they're kind of monkey-esque because they can grab things and manipulate stuff with their paws. I mean, it's not like a dog's paws. They can actually grasp and
Yeah.
They've almost got like a thumb. They can use kind of like a thumb. Not quite a thumb, but it's basically the same type of thing on their paw.
thumb-esque.
Yeah.
Yes. Thumb-ish.
Thumb.
Yeah.
They can clamp down.
I like what they said they were going to ask what to do, and they said that she called the trapper, but he wanted $500 a raccoon. It's like,
Oh,
That guy's like, hey, you know what? This is my chance for this is the big payday.
my one time and out. I'm going to Florida to the beach after this. Hit the payday, the
Yeah.
payload, the mother load.
Yeah. So,
did it say how she got rid of them then?
well,
She-
so it says, the story goes, they suggested having a trapper come, but like Doug said, the trapper was going to charge $500 for each raccoon. And then it says, in the end, the sheriff department referred her to the Fish and Wildlife Agency. So
And that's it. They said
I don't know how it ended.
Said for now, the raccoons are all probably still waiting outside her house. Oh, they also said, personally, I would have recommended a couple hillbillies.
Yeah.
A couple of what?
Hillbillies.
Oh,
So they could have gotten rid of those trash pandas cleaned out in one afternoon. So
Yeah.
Ma, I'm bringing dinner home.
Yeah. It's not like you walk outside, hundreds of raccoons will be there, but you knew the part was going to be in there where, yeah, she's been feeding them.
Yeah, I'm worried.
There's a reason why they're there.
Yep. I'm worried I might be starting to have kind of the same type of encounter, but with squirrels. We've got our pumpkins sitting outside, and the squirrels, it's like they know we're keeping an eye on. They're eating the backside that we can't see. Lori came by today, and there were two, and it was like one was doing lookout for the other one. She said it was sitting there. She goes, I should have took a picture.
car.
And she said the other one was around on the backside chewing away at the pumpkin.
Act natural.
And they've chomped into 4 of our pumpkins out of here.
See, I've got some pumpkins around the house, but the squirrels there haven't dug into that.
Mine are Walmart pumpkins. Maybe they taste better. Cheap. Yeah, we'll eat these. They're crappy.
Maybe they're
pumpkin.
carving a pattern into it. Maybe they're doing
There'll
some
be a
pumpkin
face
carving.
when they're done. Yeah.
Squirrel.
It'll be Chippendale or something.
It could be.
But yeah, they're like Lori said. One was standing guard for the other one.
Man,
eating my pumpkins.
All right. Anything else before we head out?
Nope.
To the next one.
Head out.
All right. Well, I saw this article. This was in the New York Post, and it said a Gen Z employee, and we've talked about this kind of stuff before, is getting roasted for pajama-like work clothes. Okay, so she found these. They're silk pajamas, is what it's a pajama outfit. But it. Now I will give her this. When I saw the picture, it is kind of like it doesn't have like patterns or anything on it, but it's all silk. It does not look like something that I should see in a professional setting in an office to me. But she wore these to work. Posted a picture of it, and then was also saying, she was kind of shocked that some of the people were saying, well, that's not appropriate for you to wear in the office. So that she posted the picture. Other people were saying, some were for it. Some said, oh yeah, it looks good. Others were saying, no. They said it looks fine if you wanted to go out in that, but it looks like pajamas. That's what it is. So you can't just wear that to work.
Yeah. I think the fact that she wore it as a set it lends it to the pajama argument.
Yeah. So I am tired of seeing people wear pajamas out in public. That's just me. I'm going to gripe. I know I'm an old man.
I think if she just wore that, like the top and had like with some different dress pants or something, I think you could have gotten away with it.
Yeah, you could have.
But the fact that the pants are the exact same, it's like you're wearing a pajama set.
Yeah, you literally got up, rolled out of bed, and
you walked into the office.
Like, here I am. I know that, Greg's come in his pajama set before to work.
Yeah,
but you're able to pull it off.
Flannels and
you're able to pull it off. Matching t-shirt.
Yeah, people didn't like my onesie that one time. So
ooh.
Yeah.
Did it have the feet in it too and everything?
Yeah, my feeties.
Is it comfy? Yeah, but you're going to work. You don't need to wear pajamas to work.
And keep your back flap closed.
Oh,
yes, please.
Hey, you may want to switch out the pajamas if we're going to get abducted by aliens. I don't know if you want the back flaps.
Ooh,
I want something with a belt.
They got to work for it.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Well, they're aliens. It'll take them a while to figure, buttons and snaps.
Or they'll just shoot me with a disintegrator ray. So I'm just, great. That didn't work
Still
out
better
so well.
than being tortured by a psycho.
Yes, being tortured by an alien is much better.
Cool, a ray gun.
Yeah, we will see a lot of cool things. So, yeah, there was a lot of comments going on that was saying that, it's giving off a bedtime vibe. It looks like you're wearing just your PJs. So it's saying, dress more professional. I know we've talked about that before, about how just people in general. I'm not even saying it's Gen Z, because you go to Walmart or the store, people
it's
they
not
to bed
just Gen Z.
and just like pajama pants. And where my wife works, she works in an office setting, but there's other. It's not just an office, but she works in an office, and there's a lot of young people that come in there. And she says she is amazed at the amount of young girls that will come in there wearing like yoga pants and a sports bra and work. She's like, that is not appropriate to wear in an office. They're like interns, so they come in and no one says anything. They can't, we don't want to make them upset. I'd be like, I'd have to have a dress code.
A lot of them that come in there like that, or
she says several.
Are they the USB bras?
I don't know.
You're going to need like a
her.
hub to plug them all in.
They're all standing around anyway. All plugged in, getting it charged up. I don't know, but she says, she said something and like, oh yeah. Like you would need to come up with like, we have to have a dress code. And I won't even say that. I think, again, I'm going to go, if I could make a law, I want a dress code everywhere you go. I think that doesn't have to be the same dress code everywhere. If you look back, I saw somebody posting some pictures of, they have the baseball playoffs are going on now, and I saw somebody's posting pictures of, baseball past. And you look at some from like the 50s, the guys are like in suits and a hat, and the women are in dresses, and they were just going to a ball game, but it's like, we're going out, we're going to get dressed up. Now, I'm not saying you have to wear a suit. I'd kind of like to see that once in a
A
while.
lot of things were like that back then.
It was an event. You just got dressed up to go outside. You didn't just roll out of bed in your, short shorts and take off running down the street. But apparently you do now. So part of this story came up because I'd seen it. But my wife also was complaining because she said she was trying to find some pants, and she was complaining because all the pants now are wide leg pants. And she said she heard them talking about on some radio program that wide leg pants are back in. Younger people, they love them, they want them, they come back. And she goes, I hated them when they were in. She goes, I didn't really like it. And now all you can find are these gigantically wide leg pants. And she's like, I don't want them. I don't want wide leg pants. Like, yeah. So on this radio program, they were talking about that and about how people, some, the younger people like them, the older people don't. And maybe it's because we've already went through this. Like, we've already done this. We don't need to do it again.
Right.
But they brought up a question. If you could bring back a fashion from the past, what would it be? And I thought, well, let's do that here. We'll do one for men and women. So this is where we're going to tell the women what we think that should come back. So if you could bring back one fashion item, it doesn't have to be clothing necessarily. It could be something, like I said before, if Greg wants to bring back his gold medallions that he wore in the 70s, we could do that. The butterfly collars, we could do that. The mullet. I like the mullet. I do. I actually talked to my stylist about growing a mullet, and she told me, oh, yeah, that was way too much work. I said, just go with the one and shave it all again.
I'm kind of working on a modern mullet, she called it.
She's like, you have to grow it all out one length, and it has to grow for a while. I'm like, it would drive me nuts. I couldn't do that. If I could snap my fingers and just have it the next day, then fine. Yeah, let's do that.
Well, when you're a werewolf, she could cut all that off.
Yeah. Well, I would.
And
When I'm
you'd
a
have a
werewolf,
mullet.
I will have a mullet. It will be beautiful. I saw something.
Kind of like the werewolf in London.
Yes. While you're thinking on what fashions, I got one other thing. I saw today a woman driving. She was older, but not like old. Like not like Granny from the Hillbillies old, but older. But probably like she looked like she could have been anywhere from 50 to 65 years old. Driving, hair in curlers. I was like, I have not seen that.
Haven't seen that one
in a
long time.
long time. But just curlers all over her hair. I was like, that is something you don't see
you don't
very
see that often.
anymore. So, what do you got? You got anything for the men's fashion, or?
Well, I have an idea.
I already know what one I'm bringing back. I'm going to decree. You get a decree. This is coming back. So this is what. Go ahead.
Well, I actually had thought about this before you said the baseball example, but I thought it would be funny on a surface level, but also nice if everybody in society dressed up when they went out. No, I'm talking like, because I had just recently seen a video on Twitter of some 20s pictures and footage, and it was weird. It's shocking to see everybody walking down the street, and it's like they look so formal. Even though it was like casual for the 20s or whatever it was, 30s, whatever that video was, it's still head and shoulders above what we wear now when we're out and about. And this is coming from the guy in sweatpants right now. But can you imagine walking into Walmart and everybody's dressed up in suits and dresses and whatnot?
Yeah.
And they've got
I would
the
like
hats.
That would be cool.
Can you imagine? I can't even imagine it, but I think it would be fun to see that. And I don't know what you call that, but maybe just more formal wear when you go out. Like if you're going out, regardless of what it is, if you go out to eat, if you go out to see a movie, if you go out with friends,
Actually get dressed.
you have to dress up for the occasion.
So is there a certain era of clothing that would be? Like, because like men's suits have changed. I mean, in the 70s, you had leisure suits.
Ooh, bring back the leisure suit.
In the, 20s, it was a completely different style.
You could go 50s with like the Rat Pack look, the nice slick black suit with a
Those look
black
nice.
tie.
Those
Those
are
are
nice.
I don't know if I have a preference. I just think you have to dress up more formal than we do now. The suit, as long as it's a suit, let's just say that. Some sort of a formal wear.
Patches on your elbows.
I'd be happy if you could get everybody just to wear pants. And this is
That'd
this Mike, I don't want to offend you. I don't even like to see people out in sweats. I want them to wear button up, zip up pants. Now this is a little different. We're a relaxed environment.
We're in the studio,
We're in the studios.
and I kind of feel
Pants
like
optional most of the time.
I feel like crap. So it's just like I'll just throw on the sweatpants.
I get it.
But yeah, yes, this is coming from the guy in sweatpants. I just think it would be.
I agree completely.
I
with
think
you.
it would.
So
bring,
is that your men and women's fashion
Yeah,
there?
I just
You're
kind
gonna
of
do
cheated.
both.
I cheated.
You did cheat.
You have to
I'll
go.
let you go. You don't feel great, so I'm going to let you go with that.
And I wasn't around for a lot of these fashion trends that I just don't know a lot about them. So I'm just going to go universal across the board.
Because really, after the 90s, there is no fashion trend. It was the 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s are all just kind of bleh, whatever.
Yeah.
People do whatever they want.
Yeah.
I see on old advertisements too, like
Yeah.
for trains and early plane
Yeah.
travel.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Everybody was absolutely just
Didn't see
dressed
somebody
up.
in pajama pants with no shoes or socks and their feet sticking out on top of the seat in front of them.
Yeah. So I'm saying, I'm decreeing you wear formal wear.
All right.
When you leave
I
the
like
house.
that.
Formal wear. All
I
right.
like it. No, I like that.
All right, guys, I've gone back and forth on a couple different ones, but I'm going to go with 50s greaser.
Oh,
So
the bad boys.
high and tight,
So
high
Greg,
and tight
Greg
hair.
goes the complete opposite
Yeah.
of Mike.
Well, no, they dress nice. I mean, not the
you got the hair gel, the
not
slick
the
back hair.
particularly the tight t-shirt with the cigarettes rolled up the
Oh,
arm.
well, that's what I think of with
but
greaser.
I picture clean cut, high and tight hair,
See, I wouldn't call that a greaser
white
then,
shirt.
I guess.
Well, there's like that era.
I might be
guess.
wrong.
Maybe greaser's not the right term.
Yeah, I picture the white shirt with the leather jacket and the jeans.
Or
and
the cigarette rolled up in.
Yeah, no,
the
not
big
that.
pompadour
More the-
thrown back and
Yeah.
the duck
No,
DA.
what would it be then? If I'm picturing the white button-up shirts, slick, high and tight hair, jeans.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Horn rim glasses. But yeah, it's a clean cut look though.
Yeah.
It's not a slobby look.
You're not get them hippies out of there. You filthy
I
hippies.
almost went mod. I almost went mod with the sideburns, longer hair, the big collars, paisley shirts,
Yeah.
all that. But I went with the I don't know what you want to call it. Greaser.
I know. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's your men's
That's
fashion.
my men's.
Okay. Do you want me to go ahead and go? I can go men and women.
Sure, go ahead. Do your.
Well, I was trying to think too, and one of the things I thought. Now these are things I did not pick, but I was thinking you go. My wife was just talking about this. Go with the polo, pop the collar. You got the pop collar on the polo,
The
kind of the
80s?
preppy look. I like that look.
I went through that look.
You got for women, you got big hair. That love the big hair, bigger the better. You got the feathered hair. I actually kind of like that feathered. I like
That
the
was
feathered
my
hair.
women's.
Oh, I'm
It's
sorry.
80s. Yeah,
took
80s
your-
feathered hair.
I took your women's.
That's all right.
For me, I'm going to say I want the T-shirt with the sports coat, kind of the Don Johnson look. I love that look. I had a cotton or a linen sport jacket with some paisley T-shirts I'd wear, and then jeans, no socks with wicker shoes.
Yep,
I
the
mean,
wicker
I loved it. I loved it. I loved the look. I would wear it tomorrow.
I had that
if it
outfit
was
as
still-
well.
if it was still in style. So that would be my men's. And
Which I like that one. What was the hairstyle?
kind of mullet. It feathered with longer hair, kind of shorter on top, but feathered. And then I had a mullet kind of going.
Yeah.
My mullet was more, it just was long and kind of feathered out. Wasn't curly or anything. And then women, I'm trying to think. Shoulder pads, they were huge, big, both. It was really popular. I kind of like the look of a woman wearing shoulder pads. Like, so, like, let's say you're at a game and the DB goes
Put her
down.
in
She
the-
could go right in. She's about the same
figured that.
size as a DB. That's boom. She's in there. I think there would be less men messing with women if they had the big shoulder pad. Because you don't know. I mean, they
Could be real.
could. It could be real.
Are those real?
They're real and they're spectacular. She pulls it off into a tank top like, ooh, those are some big shoulders. So I like the shoulder pads. But I don't want the big, comically big hair. Like some of the
No,
80s, it was too big.
no.
Because My wife's like, oh, you like the longer hair, the bigger hair. Like, no, but I like a little longer. I like the feathered. I like the feathered hair. I was going to go feathered hair, but since you took it, I will pick something different. I will go.
I had a second for the women there too.
I kind of like the sweaters too. I like sweaters, the sweater look. They'd have like the sweater
What era
dresses,
sweater
like
look?
the 80s, early 80s. They had the sweater dresses and stuff. I would pick that for the women. Women, you got to start wearing more sweaters, sweater dresses with the big belt that comes around. You can throw some shoulder pads in it if you want it.
The wide shoulder pads.
Well, you can go with a little daintier. They had the kind of a daintier shoulder pad. So that's what I'm picking. Women, more sweaters.
Let me see if I can find a picture of my secondary. My second would have been like 60s women style. Like, of course, stupid.
Kind of like a 60s women.
So something like that. Kind of
the go-go boots?
Kind of the go-go boots.
The short, kind of a short dress and go-go boots. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Greg's putting you in go-go boots. I'm putting you in a sweater dress with a light shoulder pad.
Yes.
And some feathered hair.
Yeah. I had the feathered hair as well, but I do like the 60s look too.
Yeah. I'm going to dress like Don Johnson from the 80s from Miami Vice. And I'm going to try to get the mullet going. I would kill with that. I would love it. See, and I was thinking too, I was trying to think from the 90s. 90s,
There was the grunge look.
Yeah.
well, they had blue jeans, like blue jean shirt and pants, so you were just all blue jeans.
Denim
the
and-
Canadian tuxedo.
Denim and flannel.
Denim was
Flannel,
huge.
yeah.
And like kind of the bright neon windbreaker, the outfits that the pants
Yeah.
and the jacket would match together. That was like a mid-90s thing.
Yeah.
When did the man bun
That was more
reemerge?
2000s,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
It was more recent, I think, than the 90s. But
Seemed like the 90s too were kind of mullet, kind of longer, but then they would do like shave the sides, like lines in the sides and stuff, and do
Frosted
kind of weird.
tips.
yes.
Oh,
yeah,
frosted tip, Mike. That's what you should have done. You should have went frosted tips.
yeah. I have a
Maybe with your suit, you can dress up.
Oh.
do the frosted
boy.
tips.
What a look that would be. I do have a part of my past. I did the frosted tips there for a minute.
Well, everybody does. You know, when something is popular, you tend to do that kind of stuff. So, anyway, that was mine. If you guys have any thoughts, suggestions, what would you like to see brought back? So I don't know. You ladies, get out there, get your go-go boots, your mini dresses, your sweater dresses, and a very
Feather your
formal
hair
dress
back.
for
Yes.
Mike.
I want to be out and about and some, sir, may I shine your shoes? Yes. Hey, I want them nice
right.
and spiffy.
Something for me and my lady friend.
I want to run into the guy at Aldi and be like, oh, how nicely dressed you are, sir.
Yes, right.
Yes, same to you, sir.
Mike pulls out his monocle.
Yes. A top hat.
Some kid in a little floppy hat's trying to sell you a
Papers.
newspaper. Sir, newspaper.
Extra.
Read all about it. Extra. Here's a nickel, boy. Go get yourself a candy bar and see a talkie. Woo. All right. Well, I think that will do it for tonight. Unless you guys have anything else going on.
Nope.
All right. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning into the show. We hope you enjoyed it. Check out our social media feeds. Leave us a comment. Give us a 5-star rating. Give us a good review. We love that when that happens. And we hope you're tuning in 7 days. Until then, see ya.
Ciao.
Oh, gosh, Matt. Peace.
I like throwing
I'm
Mike
so
off.
thrown off.
He does not like change.
Chow. That one was different. I mean, it was good, but it was different.
Well, that wraps up another episode. Thanks for listening. Please be sure to subscribe. And you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.